Peace. Peace, y'all. Peace, love, and blessings to each and every one of you. Welcome and welcome back to Redefining Authenticity. I am your co-host, Sheronda L. Barksdale, over at Authentically Your Expressions, where I'm helping you live your most authentic life.
And peace and blessings. It's your girl, Kim Martin Raymond, your toolbox essentialist and founder of Redefining You LLC, where I help my clients to realign themselves, mind, body, and spirit, and also home of the 365-day challenge, where we are on day 250. What? 250.
250. Okay.
250.
So we almost 100 days. We almost at 100 days. I'm almost ready for a new year. I don't know. I don't even know why.
Okay.
I don't know why. It just feels like maybe next year will be different.
Right. We sliding into the end of the year when you start seeing all the skeletons and everything. I'm like, they speedball right past September.
We can't wait. That's okay. I have my spice coffee though. My pumpkin spice coffee. I had that.
Right. September gets they get a little disrespected because all of the pumpkins and skeletons, everything. I'm like, all right, Halloween. Goodness gracious, can we get a sister get a? I don't know.
What for September? A Labor Day.
It's Labor Day. That's about it. We celebrate the fact that we laboring. And we're laboring hard.
Laboring hard. One day, just not to labor. That one day.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was happy for the short week, even though it felt like it was 8 days in this 7 day. What? This work day felt like it was full 7 instead of the normal 5, and it was only 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
How you doing, Kim?
I'm good. I'm about to hit the road. I'm going to be in a different background. Yeah. So I'm heading to the Chi-Town. I'm heading to the Chi-Town. So I'm heading back there tomorrow. And so, you're going to see this tree one more day, and then I'm going to start hitting the road again. And I'll be ping-ponging around a little bit. But yes, it's travel
Diego, y'all.
That's it. So I'm going to have my little fedora on, and then I'll be heading out.
Yo, Kim, I'm so excited about this topic tonight because you're one of my favorite people in the entire world. I don't know as many people who are very just loving and present and very aware of the people that you love the most. There's people out there, but the people you love the most, you're very attentive and loving, and you show up. And so I'm excited to talk about this with you specifically today.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, I'm excited. Let's let everybody know what we're talking about.
We'll talk about what?
Yes. Maintaining healthy friendships as we get old.
Go, this picture looks like the younger me and you was taking pictures when we first got together and we was running the business together and we were out here in these streets, networking and beating the block. Okay.
And just like you said, it's just, it's amazing the friendships that you develop, and I mean, I have girlfriends, we call ourselves the Fab Five, and we have been friends since we were 16 years old.
Yep.
So when I say we've seen a lot, and then, in my late 20s, I moved from New York to Atlanta and have established new friendships, your friendship included, and it's those healthy friendships, like I said, as we get older, because things change, times change, locations change, but it's wonderful to have healthy relationships wherever we currently are, and also hanging on to those that
we've
have stood the test of time. So I love this topic too. Could not think of a better person to discuss it with than you. We done been through. We've been through.
Child. I'm surprised she ain't running it. That's a good one.
But yes, maintaining healthy friendships.
And by the way, y'all, the hair is indigo violet, but it's looking quite, especially with the blue on, it's looking quite.
Yes, I love it.
Indigo violet, but I'm enjoying it.
It's beautiful. I
Thank
love it.
you,
I love
Kim.
it. I love it. Or like I said, before we get started, guys, make sure that you like, follow, share, and subscribe. Our YouTube channels are scrolling across the bottom of the screen and will continue to do so throughout the show. And then at the end, if you are so inclined, we have our QR code that it pops up at the end, and you can like, follow, share, and subscribe there. Make sure you smash that notification bell so you know when we're going live.
Live.
All right, make sure that y'all clock in, tune in. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what topics you'd like for us to address. We're always open to hearing what it is that you want to talk about. So
Absolutely.
check
Absolutely.
in, tap in.
Yes.
All right, let's get this party started.
And that's funny. I was about to say, Kim, get this party started right.
Man, here we go. All right, so why friendships matter at every age. And it says there are mental health benefits, benefit, physical health benefits, and personal growth. So we'll start off with the mental health benefits. It says companionship reduces loneliness and it provides a sense of belonging. Okay. We know that that's something that's so critical, especially as we're going into the holiday season.
Yeah.
People tend to feel isolated, especially if they live far from family members, and they
Yes.
just want to have that sense of belonging. They want to have that sense of companionship.
Yep.
They want to feel as though, somebody is there. Because as the holidays come, that's what we see promoted in social media, on
Yeah.
TV. We see all kinds of things promoting family and friends coming together and having, a friendship or having someone to connect with can help with that mental health and can, help to avoid those feelings of loneliness and the depression that tends to peak during
Absolutely.
this holiday season, right?
Absolutely. I agree. My first thought was the old folks that go to bingo. That popped into my head. And you think the old folks going to bingo, but no, it really does probably help take away that feeling of being lonely. If you're someone who have the ability to live on your own, but you're living by yourself, going out to something like bingo or something like that is really helping you feel like you belong
Right.
somewhere and you're not so alone. And they look forward to that Wednesday or Tuesday or even the grocery store. They love being, they know everybody in the store by name,
That's
pushing
right.
around their little buggy, taking their time, and they're
That's
creating that companionship with the people around them just in that building.
that's
But it
right.
helps for mental health. It really does.
Yes, yes, and I love that too. And think about church. Church is another place, okay,
It
because that
is
sense of belonging, that sense of community, and then also human touch.
that.
Huge. It's huge. Sometimes, especially if you're living by yourself or you're living independently, to be able to go out and to commune with like-minded people and to be able to just hug on someone,
Yes.
just that hug
Yep.
could
Hmm.
be just what that person needs to get through the week to the next time that they're, in another space where they're
Absolutely.
meeting up with people. Just
Yep.
that human touch every now and then. Me, especially living far from my parents, I
Yeah.
miss my mom and my dad hugs and my sister hugs.
Oh,
They hit a little different.
it's different.
We can always hug and love on ourselves, but it's nice that to have that human touch every now and then too. That helps with your mental health as well.
Exactly. Because, girl, when I see you, I don't want to let go. I ain't gonna lie. You can be a hugging, and people be like, "Are they gonna let go yet?" Just wait your
No,
turn.
that's
Just
it.
wait.
That's
Wait
it.
your turn.
Okay, I'm known to be a hugger, so yes,
Oh, she has the best hugs, y'all.
that's my
No
thing.
lie, I'm not even making this up.
That's my
She
jam.
genuinely will hug you. It's the warmest, like you
Oh,
stick your thumb in your mouth.
oh Lord, does everything was sit in my lap and rock her.
Rock
Okay,
'em, rock
that's
'em.
it. That's it.
Yes.
I
But
love
y'all,
a
even
good hug.
physical health. Research shows strong social ties are linked to longer life and lower stress. And I think rehab facilities really figured that out. I
Yes.
loved, although we hated COVID during that time, correct? But
Yeah.
I saw photos of rehab facilities that just pulled everybody just into their doorway and they play bingo right there. So
Right.
nobody's in each other's space. Everybody was in their own, but the person who was calling the bingo would walk through the hallway back and forth with the mask on. Everybody had their mask on, but they still were able to commune. They found ways. for people to commune, because especially during that time of your life when you're a rehab facility or a retirement facility, you still want to have some way to connect, because COVID took us away from each other, truly, truly.
Yes.
But to be able to find ways, even my family for birthdays, we couldn't get together, but we did Zoom.
Yes.
We did the Zoom for birthdays and we started connecting that way, and it made you not feel so alone.
Yes.
So it made you not feel so abandoned. And I'm sure that helps to lower stress. I get to talk to you and see you. I may not
Yes.
be able to touch and hold you at that particular time. Things,
Right.
and then with distance, like what Kim was talking about with her family, it still creates lower stress. I believe that it does.
That's it. That's it. And then, just technology in and of itself, being able to have that platform where we can meet virtually and to connect with people across the world. Remember, you used to,
Oh,
people who were in the military, they used to have to write letters and you used to have
yeah.
to do
Ooh,
correspondence.
snail
Back in the
mail.
day, snail mail. You had to wait to get a letter from somebody or to be able to send them pictures or things like that. Now you can instantly connect with somebody. It makes for, like you said, lower stress and longevity of life. I
Yeah.
think about when my grandmother was alive. She got to have virtual, FaceTime with my granddaughter.
Oh,
So my granddaughter
nice.
got to speak to her great great grandmother on a
Great.
daily basis. That helped to increase her longevity, and that was something that my grandmother looked forward to
Oh,
you know? And so even though she's out here, that's 5 generations.
wow.
And my granddaughter had an opportunity to speak to her
This
great great grandmother, her great
a
grandmother,
great, great.
me. So it connects us in ways that we would not have had an opportunity to connect. So the technology in that regard has been wonderful in
Beneficial.
helping to connect us.
Hmm.
Keep those social ties going. I think that's
Hmm.
been great.
Hmm.
Okay. And then personal growth.
Hmm.
Your friends challenge you, they celebrate you, and they help you through transitions.
Child.
No truer words have been spoken. Okay? I think about this young lady who's sitting on here with me, my friend, my sister girlfriend, my sugars, who I love with all my strength. Okay?
Child.
Okay, challenges me. She's challenged me in ways. Both of us are coaches. We've coached each other,
Each other.
challenged each other. Okay, so what is it that you're trying to do? All right, so how are we going to do this, and which way are we going with this? She celebrated with me, and that's something
Oh,
that's so important when you talk about friendships. When you have friends that can celebrate you and not say, "Oh well, it didn't happen to me," they can celebrate your wins with
yes.
you and
Yes.
not make you feel as though they can't because they're going to be compared to that
Two.
person. I
Eggs.
love that fact that they can celebrate
Yeah.
with you just as much as they can help you. You don't want that fair weather friend who's only there when things are going well
Good.
or only when things are going bad, but to celebrate,
Hmm. Hmm.
to be able to say, okay, I see that things aren't going well. How can I help? What
Yes.
can I do?
Yes.
Sharonda and I have a bond like no other because we have both experienced death and life.
That and life.
And life. Okay? I was there when her youngest son was born. I was right there in the room.
Right there.
I was there with her, hugging and praying with her at the loss of her husband.
Hmm.
So we have experienced, times of elation and
Yes.
times of great sorrow. That's huge, and that has helped at not only our relationship to grow, but for us to grow as individuals
Yeah. Yes.
because of that support that we've had from each other.
I
It's
even think of you becoming a grandmother, just being there for that. I wasn't able
yes,
to be in the room, but I
right.
was I was always inquiring.
Okay,
How's
okay,
how's Christine? How's the baby? How's everything going? We got to but I was that voice that she needed during those times, because you're not removed when you're a grandparent.
you're not.
You're not removed just because you're not carrying that baby. You're carrying the DNA.
That's right.
You know what your child is going through when you're
That's
a
right.
mother. So I know we got to have many conversations even during that time
That's
where I
right.
could be right there with you through that transition. Because that's a transition
Absolutely.
from being a mother into a grandmother.
Yes, it
And
was.
it was just beautiful. It's the most
Yes,
beautiful
it
thing
was.
to be able to support. You want the people who are going to support, like Kim said, through the good, and the bad.
That's right. And everything in between.
And everything between.
Just when you're just having a day where you just feel like yuck. Okay.
All the crazes.
All of it. All of it.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
All right, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what they said. The challenges of adult friendships, I believe it said.
Yes,
yeah. My
Sorry,
little homegirl. That's okay. My homegirl, she's sitting there like, hey, girl, that's all right. So challenges of adult friendships. So competing responsibilities, that's real. Careers, the hours that you work. You may not work the same hours. You may not be able to see each other as often as you want. Somebody's engrossed in what they're doing, and the other person work may be a little bit lighter. You don't know. That could be a challenge. Kids. I had my kids older, period. The majority of people that I know had their children much younger. So here I come in my 30s and 40 having babies, and they about to push theirs out the door. It's kind of a challenge because I can't move like they can move at this particular time. Caregiving. If you have an older parent that's living with you, you can't go out and have all the brunches you want sometimes.
That's right.
When you're taking care of a parent and you're being that caregiver and taking them to doctor visits and they can't be home by themselves and you're giving meds, or even personal goals can be a challenge. You have things that you're trying to do in your life, and it's not because you don't love that person anymore. It's not because that person doesn't love you. Listen, let me say this real quick. I'm sick of y'all complaining about your friends. She don't call me no more.
Right.
We're showing you the things that can be going on in that person's life that has nothing to do with or against you. It has nothing to do with you, and it's not against you. There's just competing responsibilities right now, and they can't get to you, or you can't get to them as much as you would like. What you
That's
think?
right. I love that. Like just like you said, when you're talking about careers, I travel a lot. It doesn't mean that I don't have an opportunity to, like I said, pick up the phone, or if Sheronda doesn't hear from me, she's like, hey girl, I'm just checking in to see how you're doing. You know, when people say, oh, you don't call nobody, well, the phone worked both ways. You ain't call me neither. So now what? Okay. Last time I checked, the phone works both ways.
Both ways.
So if you don't hear from me, then yes, you call and reach out to me, but don't accuse me of not being able. Obviously, something was going on. Because if I'm your friend and you know me, you know how I am, and you know that I'm not one to be dismissive. Either something is going on, or I'm busy doing something, but I'm going to come back around. And you know a true friend because you pick up right where you left off. Doesn't matter how many years can pass. Like I said, I have dear friends who have been my friends since we were 16 years old. I can pick up this phone right now and get on the phone with them, and we can talk for hours. And we could pick up where we left off.
Yes.
You know, and if they say, oh, you haven't called me, or oh, you can't pick up the phone and call anybody. Had to check one of my friends not too long ago. I said, hey, sis, remember, the reason why you haven't heard from me is because I don't want to jump on the phone with you for 5 minutes. I know we're going to be on the phone at least an hour or two. And so that's why you haven't heard from me, because I want to make sure that when I cut out that time to talk to you, it's not a rushed phone call.
Yes.
We can sit and catch up and kiki and do all the things that we want to do. But I can't do that if I'm not willing to sacrifice a 5-minute call when I can have a 2-hour call with you. So, same things happen. And just like Sheronda said, when it comes to kids, she had her kids later on. She and I had a blog talk radio show. Then she got pregnant with her son. We had to put things on hold. Here we are years later, and we're picking up where we left off.
Right where we left off.
We just had to take a pause. Because those things took precedence. I didn't feel like it, it says competing responsibilities, not that I was competing against her children or I was competing against her career.
We both have responsibilities.
That's it. And goals that we wanted to accomplish and things that we need to do. I went back to school to work on my doctorate. I needed time to focus on that.
Yeah.
And if a friend is,
and you changed careers too during that time.
I did.
Yeah.
And so a lot was going on. And so you have to give people space to make that adjustment and not add any additional pressure that they're already feeling from all of the things that are pulling them in different directions. I want to be able to just land. And when I land, I want to be able to just come and get that hug. Because I just need
yes.
Okay. I don't need to be trying to explain anything else. I just need a hug. I just need somebody to say, girl, It's been rough, huh? Yes.
Yes.
Just give me that hug. Let's just go and get something to drink. Let's say
That's it.
coffee, wine, whatever.
Whatever.
Let's go and get that.
Hmm.
Because I just need to breathe for a minute. You know,
Hmm.
I want that to be a place that I can escape to, not a place that I have to make excuses for. You know? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough. And then of course they say physical distance, moving for jobs or for family. Like I said, I moved from New York. The Fab Five, one of them moved to Georgia, so she's here with me. Another one is in Baltimore. Another one is in Jersey, and the other one is still in New York. So we're
Hmm.
we're scattered all
Spread
over the
out.
place.
Yeah.
But we have our little little call circle, and we hop on there and we share pictures and we share jokes and we call and speak to it.
Yeah.
So sometimes that physical distance can move us apart, but again, the beauty of technology keeps
The
us still
beauty.
connected.
I have my homegirl that I can still consider a best friend that I've known since the second grade. The second grade. It was 8, 7, 8 years old, 8, 9, whatever it is, in second grade. That I still consider a best friend. We still will call each other. We'll still send texts. We'll still send stuff on Facebook and IG and things like that. We may not ever get on the. We may not talk to each other for 3 or 4 months.
Right.
There may not be a physical phone call, but we stay connected. And then when I go home, she has children, I have children. We get them together. We spend some time together. We go, and there's no love lost.
None.
There's physical distance, but we find ways to make it work. And number one, anybody getting in their feelings because of life. It's just life, y'all.
Right.
Life is happening whether you like it or not. And just because somebody moves away doesn't mean you can no longer be friends. And especially stressing what Kim said multiple times, technology exists. So even if we don't FaceTime or call each other on Messenger or something, we're sending each other stuff to left. And then every so often we'll send a text, how are you?
Right.
No, when she asked me, how are you? I know she mean like tell me all the things. Somebody else asks you how you doing, you be like, I'm good, how you doing? That person is like, no,
Right.
how are you doing? What is going
Right.
on? Is everything okay?
Right.
And that's how you maintain. But it is a challenge. It is absolutely a challenge.
Yes.
But we face it head on.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. And again,
So
social
yeah.
media.
So I was about to say, yeah. Were you about to say the next one or you want me to say the next
No,
one?
you go.
Okay. So changing interests or lifestyles. The changing of interests or lifestyles. I'm a cusser. So my friends have become devout Christians. They love me to death. Oh, trust me. Even my friend I was talking about since I know since second grade, my baby is such a Christian. And I love her. Oh my God. I need a prayer. She gonna send she's sitting on the left side of God because Jesus on the right side. And so she gonna get a good prayer in there. But she doesn't avoid me because of it.
Right.
But we're
Right.
just different. There's sometimes things just change over time. You evolve into the person that you become. Trauma does that to you.
Yes.
When you go through real hard grief, you're not the same. You're just not the same. And if somebody or just the environment you live in now, the physical difference, that whatever you're going through changes us a little bit. Our
Yeah.
lifestyles change a little bit. Somebody gets married and the other person's single. That's a lifestyle change.
Yes.
That is a lifestyle change. And it can be challenging, but it doesn't mean it can't work. What you
Right.
think, Kim?
Right. And it doesn't mean that you don't love that person. You understand that they're going in a different direction.
That's
And
all.
so sometimes happen. And what's that saying? If you love them, you let them go. If it's so much of a drastic change in interest and lifestyle that it separates you, then you're grateful for the opportunities that you had to be friends,
To be friends.
the opportunities that you had to connect, the things that were going on that caused that change in their life.
That's
Maybe
all.
something that you
Out of
have to
alignment.
sit down and say, okay, yes, that may not be something that I
Yeah.
necessarily agree with,
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm.
but I love that you found something that you believe in, and as long as it's not hurting yourself or others, you're like, okay, I understand that that's your interest. And just like we're not always going to have the same interests and lifestyle the person that we may live in the same house with. It's that same thing. It doesn't mean that we don't love that person, but it
Right.
means that we understand that they're going in a different direction, and then people need to find their way. We have to give
Yeah.
them an opportunity to spread their wings and find out things. Now, if we have to intercede because, like I said, it's a danger to themselves or to other
Themselves. Yeah.
people, then we can come in and we can be an intercessor and we can pray
Yeah.
for them, or we can, help them to seek help if that's what's necessary. But if
Yeah.
they're just experiencing life and they have to go through things, say they're a person who's saying, I think I'm having some issues with regards to
Yeah.
gender. That's something that I'm experiencing. You give them that freedom and that space to be able to embrace those things. So sometimes that can be a challenge to your friendship, but it doesn't mean that it ends your friendship. It's just another way in which you can support that person and what it is that they're doing.
Because when I get my 5 wives and 6 husbands and I get to be the leader of all this, some people may not like my little lifestyle. And I don't care. We're gonna be rich. That's how I feel about it. It's in my head, y'all. I ain't gonna be able to do it. It's just sometimes I think about the economic benefits of this.
Okay.
I don't
And I
think
may
all of us
say, all right, sis, that may not be that may not be my jam, but if that's her,
She's gonna be one of the wives. I ain't listening.
okay. You see
Don't
this?
tell her. She don't know yet.
You see this? Okay, we moving on. We moving on. I ain't even gonna touch that with a 10 foot pole. We moving on. Social media gives the illusion of closeness without true connection. Okay, now sometimes that can happen. People can use social media and say, "Oh, well, that's the way." I'm putting things on. It depends on how accurate you're being with that. Are you using social media as a facade? Now that's where it can be a challenge
It can
because
be.
if you're telling somebody you're all right and they can't see you, that's the one thing about your friends.
Yep.
When they see your face, you can sit on that text message and be like, everything's great, smiley
Mhm.
face emoji, ha 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 emoji, and that person is crying because
Yeah.
you can't see their face. That's where you're like, that's where, you say, let me give that person a call because I need to hear your
I need to
voice.
hear your voice. Yep.
I need to see your face.
Yep.
I had a girlfriend and she was going through and I said, well, hey, and it was not until we got together. I said, hey, let's get together and have lunch. We talked on the phone. The phone calls were brief, and I was like, something's not right.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said, let's have lunch, come over to my house.
Yeah.
And she came over and I looked at her and I said, how you doing? And she just broke down in the
Broke
tears.
down.
I was like, something's not right.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, social media can give that illusion, those
Mm-hmm.
text messages and things. So sometimes, yes, I need to put my girl says, I need to put my paws on you. I need to touch
Yes.
you. I
I
need
need
to
to,
see you. I need
mhm.
to look you in your face and see if what you're saying is what I'm seeing.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And it makes me think of times like, say, me and you go out and we take a picture and I tag it because I don't never tag where I am while I'm there.
right,
I don't need nobody showing up or being like, "Well, I was just there."
right,
I'm gone. But then they say here comes somebody in your inbox. You're always going out with your friends. You never go out with me. That's an illusion that you created for yourself. I don't go out probably once every 6 months, and that's because I don't want to
right,
be around people. I have some social anxiety, and I don't like being out in the streets. But
right,
because they've seen you a couple times, tag yourself with someone. Now, people have created this. You've got all these other friends, and you just won't want to come out with me. You don't even know that heifer came and put me in a chokehold to get me out the door.
right,
I have friends that be like, no, come out. I'm treating. Let's go. And will drive me there and back.
right.
But somebody else will come and be like, you always going out with your friends.
That's it.
No, because social media almost makes it look like it was close in date, or the time period look like it just happened recently. You were just hanging with this person. No, people, you always going on trips, and the person went on 2 trips in that whole year. People will make up in their head what they think. That's why people will think people are happy when they're actually not. When people, I don't have to show you when I'm sad. I'm taking
Right,
pictures that I want to even come back to see next year through my timeline. So just because I share those pictures doesn't mean that what you're thinking is true. So we have to be mindful about these adult relationships when y'all want to get in y'all feelings about stuff that you think somebody's closer to this person than they are you. when this person probably didn't give them a choice. Like, I know something, like Kim said, something's wrong. I'm coming over there, or something's wrong. Come over here. Whatever it has to be. It's just because that's the type of person. It doesn't make you a worse friend. It's just that's that type of. I have a friend who's for real like that. She don't even live in Atlanta. When she comes to Atlanta to see her parents, that heifer will come knock on my door. She will come ring my doorbell if I don't answer the phone.
Right. Right.
And that's all it is.
I love that.
You have to be mindful that social media is not giving you an illusion.
Right. Right. I love that because you made an excellent point. Even when I think about the 365-day challenge, I do that every single day. So some people are like, I see you on there every day. You act like you don't have time. Those little messages I do are anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, if they even go that. So that's 3 to 5 minutes out of the 24 hours in the day. So just because I'm on there for the 3 to 5 minutes, the same time it takes me to go to the bathroom and wash my hands and come out, it was a blip in time. So you can't sit there and say, oh my God, every day I see you on there and you're smiling. For 3 to 5 minutes out of a 24-hour span. You don't know what the rest of my day looked like.
You don't even know.
You don't know if I stood in a closet and did my recording. You don't know.
Came out, recorded, and went back.
Okay. You don't know. The only reason why y'all know, because y'all see that, because there's a live background behind me. But if I used those little background, you wouldn't know where I was. I could have been sitting on the throne. You don't know.
The whole time, recording the video.
Minding
my black ass business.
Okay. But just like you said, that illusion is something that's real. And people have to step out of their feelings and remember what the friendship is about.
What it's about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
So keys to maintaining healthy friendships. Be intentional. Schedule check-ins, even if brief.
Oof.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do another one soon, Kim.
Check in. Yes. Schedule a check-in. Be intentional about it. You know what's so funny? It's funny because sometimes, my phone will butt dial people. It has done it to you. It has done it. It did it to me yesterday. To a dear friend who I affectionately call Pickles.
Mm-hmm.
My girlfriend Pickles. That's what I call her. I call her Pickles because we used to be like, "What's the deal, Pickles? Is everything kosher?" That's where we got that from. So I call her Pickles and she calls me Pickles. So I accidentally butt dialed her, and I just was like, "I am so sorry I butt dialed you, but let me just tell you how much I love you." She takes care of her mom, and I said, "Please give mom a squeeze for me." Yeah. I love you. Is everything good? And she was like, everything's good. She wrote me back. Is everything all right? How's everything going? And so we chopped up just for a few minutes there and boom.
Yeah.
Okay. It wasn't something that I intentionally did, but as soon as I saw that I did that, I was like, to me, that was God telling me, all right, you need to reach out to her.
Check in.
Or if somebody comes to my mind, I'm intentional. Something comes to my mind. I wonder how so-and-so is doing. Or let me send such and such so-and-so. And then I just do it.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Yes.
Just because that person was on my mind. When they tell you when that person crosses your mind, reach out to them. Do that.
Yes. I'm going to take this a smidge deeper for y'all. Especially when you're feeling helpless, hopeless, depressed, sad. Check in with somebody. They don't have to even tell them that you're feeling that way. Reach out and say, hey, how you doing? Just checking in. See how you doing. That expands the energy that you're feeling at that moment.
I like that.
It helps pull in another space that takes your mind away, even for a brief moment, for whatever you're feeling right then. So that's another healthy thing that you could do for you while maintaining a healthy relationship with your friends. It is important. It's very important to do the check-ins because sometimes we do get caught up. I know there's times because I have multiple things I'm working on. And so when you're being present with the things that's going on in your life, you just forget sometimes to just hit somebody up. Unless it's going through the worst times and you now I need to dump a little bit. Right. But those moments when you're feeling like you want to seclude, that's that time to check in and just say, hey, hi, how the kids? How's the husband? How's this going? How's that going? Because it really will make you expand your space in your mind a little bit to take in somebody else than sitting and dwelling in your own problems.
Right, I love that. I love that. And just like you said, most of the time, if you're really connected with the friend and you have that strong friendship, just like women who are close, sometimes they're on the same cycle.
Cycle.
They're on that same menstrual cycle because
Yep.
there's,
They
you know,
connect.
y'all have that connection that way. Sometimes if you're feeling a little out of sorts, just like Sharonda said, you reach out to that person because they may be feeling a little out of sorts
That's all
too.
it's too.
So it's like, hey, I'm not feeling good. Not that you're wishing that on anybody, but it may
No.
be that just reaching out to that person and be like, oh man, you know what? I was thinking about you too.
Yeah.
Girl, I was just thinking. Or girl, let me tell you what's going on, and you'll find out that there may be something. So sometimes it's
You can
that
relate.
energy, that's that vibration. It's just like, yeah, something. Let me just check in and make sure
Yes.
everybody else is all right. I may be feeling a little something, or I may just be feeling out of sorts or something, and it may be your body signaling you that you need to reach out to,
You
to
need to
that
reach
other
out.
person.
Oh, Kim.
Love
I
that.
love that.
I
So
love that.
communicate openly, y'all. Express needs and boundaries honestly. Stop saying they're your friend if you can't express your needs.
I like that.
If that's your friend, you can express them. Even if they can't do anything about it, even if you don't want them to do anything about it, it's okay to talk about it. Because again, this is another one of those spaces where you get to just staying in this head alone trying to figure out the problems. And if I go talk to Kim, Kim could say to me, you know what, Sheronda, there's a food giveaway over here. There's a financial advisor over here. I got a phone number for somebody else that you could just express the needs and they may have a way of giving you the information you need to get what you need. So you call that person a friend. God may be leading you to that person because they could point you in the right direction of everything you need. And then when you need boundaries, I can't talk this week. Be honest about it. I'm just busy. I got my head in this paper. I'm in school right now. I'm trying to complete this paper for this week. I'm not going to be able to reach out. I love you, and I'll call you next Sunday. And you working. But you've expressed it. That's how you keep a friendship healthy. That ghosting and disappearing on people and just not answering their phone calls does not maintain a healthy relationship.
Nope.
You're forcing people to always have to be okay with it. And that's not fair. It's not fair to. I've had friends that I had to come to learn and accept that's how they are, but it doesn't feel good as a friend. You won't be just be honest with me. I need to shut down for a couple of days because I got a couple of things going on. I'm really focused. I got you. Now I can pray for you for these next couple of days. Now I can push loving energy towards you. But
Right.
if you don't communicate openly with me, how can I help support you even from a distance?
That's it. That's it. Because sometimes, like you said, we may step out of bounds, or we may say something that kind of gave that person a weird feeling. They're just like, wait a minute, can we have last week when we spoke, such and such happened. And I just wanted to tell you that kind of bothered me. And
Yeah.
so, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Because just like with any relationship, we want to be able to openly communicate and talk about what it is that's bothering us or that's affecting us, so that way it doesn't escalate into something. We're
Yes.
all of a sudden, if we come to a disagreement, now I'm like, you always doing this, and why
Yeah.
you do this, and why you do.
I didn't even know.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. And all you had to do was tell me. And then of course, that's the question. Well, why ain't you tell me? Why ain't you say something?
Your mouth.
You know? Because I'm not going, I can't go around guessing what it is that you're thinking. And it doesn't mean that just because we're friends that we're always going to agree.
Always gonna agree. We're not supposed to.
We
If
are
you were
not supposed
friends,
to. We are going to have times where there's going to be falling out. There are going to be times where we have to step away from each other. I have another dear friend. We had to step away from each other for a little while. And it was about 6 months because we were just like, I was just like,
mm-mm.
I don't like what you said. I don't like how you did this. I don't like how you came at me this particular way. And so yeah, we need to step back for a minute.
Yeah.
And we stepped back for a while and we were in school together and we had to, come back together.
Yeah.
And we were able to reconcile. But, sometimes it's just a matter of saying, okay, I need a moment.
Yeah.
I need, because I'm not ready to talk about this yet
Yeah.
without, wanting to put my hands on you. So
Okay.
sometimes we have to step back and we have to be able to honor the friendship and know that there are going to be times when we're going to disagree.
Yes.
And we're going to either agree to disagree or we're going to come to some type of consensus.
Yes.
We're going to at least know where we stand on certain things
Yes.
And are we
At
standing
least
10 toes
know.
down on this, or are we just going, or is this something that we can have a discussion about? But we have to be able to do that. That's going to help our relationship to remain healthy if we
Yeah.
can talk to each other, express those needs and those boundaries.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw out there, I had a friend that I was really close to, very, very close to. And after my husband died, there was a little bit of support I needed because it shifted especially my financial situation drastically. Losing a whole household income shifts everything. And then when you're trying to get your mind right, trying to get back into working and doing things that's going to bring in the income, it was rough. And so I think I asked her for a few dollars one time, and she was just frustrated, I guess. And she was just like, you're the it was probably about 6 months after my husband passed, and you need to, you have this person in your life and this person in your life, they need to be helping you a little bit more. And I was like, whoa.
Mm.
But not woe in a way that I was upset with her, woe in a way that I had to look at me. And so I said to her, I need to step away for a minute because I don't feel like I'm being the best friend that I can be to you right now. I feel like you are absolutely correct. And I need a moment to step away so I can really, sit with that and work on some things so that's not happening. And she got mad.
Wow.
She got mad because I said I needed to step away, and we have not talked since.
Wow.
The person that was at my house with you when Cal died.
Mm.
So that was the end of the friendship. Well, we talked, I think, maybe a year later, like via
Mm.
text, where I reached out one more time because
Wow.
I'm still so hurt that you felt like you needed to step away when I brought that to your attention. And I said, but I wasn't saying you did anything. I was recognizing me and how I needed to show up better. And now I'm in a better space. So I just want to see if you want to sit down for some coffee so we can have this conversation. But I got things going on in my life right now. So
Wow. Wow. Mm. Right. And it's unfortunate, like you said, when it's a misunderstanding or where, like you said, you were coming from a space of honesty. You were coming from a space of just saying that, yeah, I understand it's not you, it's me. And that person turned it around, and that's unfortunate.
I try to
Yeah.
create the healthy boundaries. It was
Yeah.
like really trying to teach myself to create the healthy boundaries and really get in touch with what I was, because I was so distant from myself from the loss that I
Right.
didn't see that thing in particular.
Right.
But that's okay. But that's part of being able to communicate openly. Because like Kim was saying, sometimes it's just about the knowing. Sometimes you communicate openly, it may never gel back together as a friendship, but at least you're open and
Right.
honest and said what needed to be said in order to move on.
That's it. Because like you said, if it's not going to be healthy and it's going to be toxic, then you don't want it anyway.
Anyway,
There are friendships that you have, but sometimes friendships run their course.
I thought she was going to appreciate it. I thought she was going to be like, yeah, take some time with that. Didn't see that coming at all.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
But
That's
go ahead.
deep. That's deep. Okay. And then celebrating ways to maintain healthy relationships is to celebrate milestones, birthdays, promotions, personal wins, all of that.
Yes.
All of that. I love that. Me and Sheronda so many times have just been like, girl, yes. Or, okay, well, we got this and that. Let's do this. Oh, you got this going on, girl. Yeah, that's what we do. We lift each other up.
Period. Personal
For
cheerleader.
the little things, not just for the big things, for anything. Oh,
Yeah.
what? You was able to cut your toenail off? What? Girl. Okay.
You got it off.
We don't. It's the little things. It's like, girl, high five. You got that. What? Okay, your car made it to work on. Woohoo! Okay,
Woohoo.
we celebrate
Girl.
everything.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's enough to just be like, girl, you got what? You got out that house today? What?
Yeah.
It is the little things.
You know,
Small
I'm
things.
funny. I'm real funny. Like I could post something on Facebook, right? That really is celebratory, right?
Yeah.
But there's certain people that say congratulations that it means more from them. You're definitely one of them. So there's certain I appreciate the congratulations. I'll be scrolling. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
because
Okay.
people have a natural way of just saying congratulations. And
Yeah.
I love when the people, because I ain't about to text every damn body nothing. That's just not what I'm going to
Right.
do. I'm gonna just put it down here one time and let y'all see it, and we're going to be done with
That's
it.
right.
But I do have an appreciation for my friendships, my genuine, authentic friendships, when I know I don't even have to see your face. And I can see that big old smile right there come up. You don't even have to be on the screen. I know Kim's smiling. I know Kim's clapping. I know she's celebrating me because I'm her friend.
That's it.
And so when we celebrate, when you can celebrate your just even the smallest
I love
thing.
that.
Girl, I found me some press on nails inside the store that looks so good. Let me show you.
What? Bam. Bam.
And it's exciting because we deserve that in life at this point.
Okay. And just like you said, this when we got on tonight, and I was like, "Is your hair blue?" I was like, "Wait a minute," and I was like, "What? Okay,
Yes.
all right." You see, and it's the little things like that, and just like you said, I'm doing this 365-day challenge. Let me not see a heart from Sheronda on my Tuesday. I'm just like, oh, or if she's a like or whatever, a laugh,
Yeah.
anything. Once I see, I'm like, up there she goes.
Girl, if you don't see it, I didn't see it. That's the only time you don't see it.
The only time.
The
But
only
I
time.
love that she's there. When of course, when your birthdays come up and you see the flood of happy birthdays coming in, some people are just clicking that like, some people are just doing it. And just like you said, your real friends, when they click on something when you know is real, you know it's not them just checking the box.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love that. You want your
And I don't even care if people don't listen. I don't care if people don't even watch something I posted or a video of mine. That y'all know that just clicking a like helps me be more viewable. I get more in front of more people. So the people who are content creators like myself, if somebody just clicks the heart, I'm like, they get it.
There you go.
Yes, we want some time watching our stuff, but you click the heart, you acknowledged it, and you're my friend, my real friend.
Right. I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
That. All right.
All right. So we're going to keys to maintaining a healthy friendship. Healthy friendships continued. Adapt expectations. Friendships may not look the same, and that's okay. Me and Kim's friendship do not look like another friendship I have with somebody else. It don't have to. When me and Kim when me and Kim get to traveling, there might be another person that I may never get to travel with. That's just what it looks like with that friendship. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're less my friend. But me and Kim gonna be in Dubai somewhere.
Okay. Yes, we will. Amen. Claiming it.
We're gonna be in somebody's in India on somebody's retreat. We're gonna be on something.
That's it. That's it. Just like you said, you have certain friends like my same friend Pickles. Oh my goodness, that child, when she laughs, her laugh is the most infectious thing on the planet. So anytime there's some type of comedic anything, movie, something that's coming out, girl, she's coming with me because we're gonna be snotting and laughing and rolling and tears are gonna be because that's my girl when it comes to funny things. That's again, we're going to be snotting. So like you said, friendships look different.
They look different
for different people. You know, I just know, Sheronda, that's my go-to. I'm going to her. Okay. When it's something that's job related, it may be I have another girlfriend. I go to her because she works there with me. She knows. So we can speak on a different level than me and Sheronda can speak because she's there. She knows. So you know what I'm saying? So they're going to look different. You can't expect that all of your friends are going to be all the things all the time.
All the time.
You know? So
I'm
that's
the best, though. I'm the
best. Cheers. Yes, and then reciprocity. Healthy friendships flow both ways. I love this one. Energy, care, and support should feel balanced. Just like Sheronda can call me, I can call her and be like, girl, not today. Not today. And it's a healthy flow. It's not that it's one-sided every time, she's always coming putting weight on me
or
I'm always coming to put the weight on her, and it's never that you get a chance to express what's going on in your life. Reciprocity is key in maintaining a healthy relationship, because then resentment starts to come. Every time you call and you asking me for something, every time you calling, it's only when you need something. You never calling to ask me how I'm doing, and then that's where it takes off. That's where it starts to go. Starts to go south, so to speak. Because now you're like, oh man, it's all about you. When is it going to be about me? I thought we were friends.
Ooh, that's what this last one said. Handle conflict with care. if we're friends, and if that's really how you feel, because like I said, with that friend bringing that to my attention,
Right.
I was trying to be so careful. I really was trying to be careful because it's just I didn't want to ghost. Cause no, I wanted to. I wanted to just fall off the face of the earth. I did, but I said no. This is somebody I love
Mm-hmm.
and love having in my life. So let me say this the appropriate way, so that it wouldn't seem like a conflict. That I just needed a minute to pull back and get myself together so I could show up. Tell me how I could be a better friend to you if you're feeling
Right.
that way. If we're friends,
Right.
practice honesty and forgiveness. Sometimes we have to forgive each other. If I said something, I'm going to apologize. I do not intend to hurt nobody.
Right.
That's not my intention. Not these days, anyway.
Right.
I've done it, but my intentions aren't. But even in our best intentions, we can sometimes hurt someone. Let me know if you're my friend.
Right.
Let me ask for the forgiveness. Can you forgive me? I'm
Right.
so sorry. I did not mean to say it that way. I didn't mean to do it. Sometimes when we're going through things, we'll say things we don't really mean.
Right.
Hurt people will hurt people. You lose a parent, you lose a dog. It don't matter. When you're hurt, things happen.
Right.
But sometimes you have just communicate with each other on a friendship level so that y'all can go through the process of healing it.
Right. Right. I absolutely love that. The biggest word there for me is forgiveness. Don't say you forgive me, but you just sitting there with it in the file, waiting to pull that file on me next time we have a falling out. Well, remember last time you said, well, I thought we were over that. I thought we were beyond that. But why are we back on this? Because clearly when you said you forgave me, you didn't.
You didn't.
You just said that just that you could smooth things over for the moment. But my thing is, if you're going to genuinely forgive me, or I'm going to genuinely forgive myself, then we're laying that to rest.
Exactly.
Putting that to bed. And we're not going to keep resurrecting what I thought we resolved already. And that's where that honesty comes in. If it was not a full resolution, and say, you know what, I thought I was over this, but I think we need to discuss this a little further.
Come
because
on.
clearly it's still bothering me.
Preach a word, Kim.
Then say that. Say that. Be honest with each other, and don't wait till it gets to it comes to a head or something happens again. And now all of a sudden you throwing it up in my face, and I'm gonna be like, how do we get back here?
Yes.
So it's
Absolutely.
definitely important that we practice that honesty and that forgiveness. We don't just walk away leaving a question mark over anybody's head, but we've talked about that before too. Sometimes people will do that. Sometimes people will do that, and if they do that, that says that that's speaking to a whole nother conversation.
And it's certainly just about them, not you. But
yes, it's about them. All right, let's move on.
Where we at? Where we at? It's on you.
Yes, making and deepening friendships as adults. Be open to new connections through work, hobbies, volunteering, or community groups. Just like I said, my friends are far away, but I have my friends here in town also. And I've made new connections through my job, through school, other places, doing things in the community, going to, networking events. Yeah. So, always open to new dynamics in your friendships as you're getting older, because things have changed. Absolutely. And so certain things you're going to have in common with other people as well. And so it's good to be able to open up those doors of opportunity. You don't close up like that song, No New Friends. I got enough friends. Yeah. You may. But you may have some that may also enhance your quality of life as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Girl, I be, you know me. All I got to do is join an online class and I'll be calling Kim the same night, woman.
Okay, yes, you will.
It's virtual and they get on my nerves. I'm working on it. And I'm trying to be open to some stuff, but I know how I am about friendships. So that's why the second one, invest in quality over quantity. I don't need a bunch. We don't need a bunch, especially the older we get. You don't have to have a whole slew of friends. I would love to be in a neighborhood where there's parents, they got kids the age of my parents, my kids, and we could do a family, block party out there. Or I live around people who are 80, 70, and it's just not a hangout spot for me. There's nothing to relate to, truly. They don't really want to be bothered, no way, be honest with you. But I love the idea of communities coming together and having a good time, churches and things like that. I don't know, when I get in there,
Yes, but you have your inner circle, and then you have
And I do.
friendships that are those those
The circles that go
acquaintances.
like this.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
do. They
yeah.
do. The circles are the inner circle that look like a dot.
That's right. That's right.
And then
That's right.
it does branch out. So I do have the places where I can connect, and that is important. But yeah,
Yes,
having quality over quantity
I like
is
that as well.
big. I love having a good quality. When if I say you're my friend, there's a level of relaxation, peace, and everything that I have. Kim, man, when I first met Kim, my house would be so peaceful. We would get to get. Kim was so peaceful. Her peace. Both of us would be knocked out sitting on the couch. We supposed to be working. We get a little work done, and then we wake up and get a little bit more work done.
That's
That's
it.
what we did. We got some food, came back,
That's it.
work.
That's it.
I need that. If I'm going to do friendships, it's the quality of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, it's some real friendships when you just sit in the same room with that person. You just got to be in the same room.
Just in the
Sometimes
room.
you just on the phone and you just breathing. You ain't even talking. You just breathing just to hear each other breathe, or you just on the phone just to be connected
Just to be connected.
in that way. And you know that's that quality friendship where you don't have to say anything. It's not anything that you have to perform. It's not anything that you have to do. Y'all are just being in the same space, and that's enough.
Yeah.
I can just sit in Sheronda's house and we just sit and look at each other. We ain't got to say a word.
Nothing. I be folding clothes. Kim sitting there, laid across the bed, sitting in the chair. It don't matter. We just chilling.
And I'm full because that's my sister, and I just needed to be in that same space. We're just sharing the same energy, and I love that. But I like that it also says allowing for vulnerability, deeper conversations. Those are all things that spark closer bonds that help people get together. Yes. I just had an opportunity to travel with one of my coworkers. This is the first time that she and I traveled together alone. And we got an opportunity to talk and get to know each other and get to develop a deeper relationship, because now here it was, we're traveling across state lines.
Yeah.
So we have to be able to trust each other, to be able to know that we're there for each other. And that's a different type of friendship, but having an opportunity to sit and talk and connect definitely deepened our relationship. And so now when we see each other in office, it's like, hey friend, hey sis, how you doing? Because we were able to take that little deeper, have those deeper conversations that we wouldn't have normally had if we were just in the office.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's that vulnerability. If I say, especially the older we get, I'll be like, girl, my hip been hurting me. Girl, my hip been hurting me too. Now we having that's being vulnerable, telling somebody about your hip now. Now we having this conversation, and there's stronger bonds are being built. Now we're talking about what the doctor did. Maybe I need an injection. Maybe I need to do this. We could talk about those things because those are the conversations, it says, deepening friendships as we get older, as adults.
As we're aging. I love that one, girl. You're right. Because I mean, we talking about teeth, hips, eyeball, neck, everything. Back, sacroiliacs, everything. It's amazing how the conversation. We were talking about that. The conversation changes. First, we talking about where we going out to eat. Now we talking about what you put on your knee when your knees start popping. Okay, all of that.
Girl, the way I was in that Epsom salt bath tonight, I don't know. Let me do this last one. Okay. All right, y'all. So for conclusion, healthy friendships aren't about how often you talk. Y'all got to get away from that now.
Yes.
But how deeply you show up when it counts. That's what healthy relationships are all about. You want to do our call to action to end this up? Conclude us.
That's it. Our call to action is this week: reconnect with someone you've been meaning to call. Again, who is that person that's been on your mind? Mm-hmm. Who is that person who you've been like, oh girl, I need to reach out. I need to connect. Who is that you need to connect with? Make sure that you're taking time to do that. Reach into that phone. You got their number in your phone because they're your friend. Reach out to them and say, twin, where have you been? All right, let me be careful. Copyright. Okay, so yes, make sure that you're reaching out to those who mean something to you. Check in, especially again as the holidays are coming up. Check in with those who you care about and make sure that you are showing them some love. Yeah. Okay, and getting that virtual hug if you can't get that real hug, and if you can, start making those plans to get together. Okay, because Sheronda and I gonna get together.
We'll get together.
Break bread. We need to break.
Get her out the sky for a minute. Next time you get out the sky.
Once I get out the sky, we're gonna do that. Okay?
We're gonna do that.
With that, I'm gonna say make sure that you guys continue like, follow, share, subscribe. Okay, put a little heart out there for us. Show your love. All right, and let us know that what we can do to increase the bond in the relationships that we have with you
With
guys, our
you.
listeners. All
Yeah.
right, and with that, I'm gonna say have a beautiful rest of your upcoming week. Enjoy it. Okay, love on each other, and until we
Yes.
see y'all next time, say peace.